every day this camp, been going through so much, and these guys have kept me stuck together, and I couldn't have done it without them. It's been tough, so.
She thought insulting Dakota Ditcheva would give her an edge. But the moment the fight began, reality hit hard. What followed was one of the most brutal KOs in Dakota's entire highlight reel. Dakota Ditcheva has always carried herself with discipline, respect, and calm professionalism. But from the earliest days of her Muay Thai career, she also developed a reputation for something else. She never forgets disrespect, and she never lets it go unpunished. One of the clearest examples happened in Thailand, long before she became an undefeated MMA star. Her opponent, a Thai fighter named Hong Fa, didn't just show confidence, she openly mocked Dakota before the fight. She danced in the ring, laughed at her, and treated her like she didn't belong there. To the audience, it looked like a harmless show, but Dakota's cold expression said everything. She was not amused, she was not intimidated, she was simply waiting for the bell so she could let her fighting speak for her. And when that bell finally rang inside Bangla Stadium on April 24, 2015, the energy in the ring changed instantly. Hong Fa charged forward aggressively, throwing wide punches, trying to test the young British fighter early. But Dakota stayed calm, keeping her guard high and firing a sharp jab that landed cleanly. Then she pushed Hong Fa back with a stiff teep kick, showing her range and control right away. Hong Fa shook it off, trying to pretend it didn't bother her, but Dakota's accuracy was already starting to break her confidence. Hong Fa came forward again, swinging wild hooks, but Dakota read every attack perfectly. She snapped Hong Fa's head back with a straight right hand that clearly got her attention. Instead of backing off, Hong Fa tried to make the fight messy, charging into the clinch to avoid Dakota's long attacks. But that turned out to be a huge mistake, because Dakota was even more dangerous inside the clinch than from long range. The moment Hong Fa tried to tie her up, Dakota locked her head and controlled the position effortlessly. Inside that tight space, she began firing knees one after another, each one landing with a heavy thud. Hong Fa tried to block, tried to push Dakota away, tried to escape, but Dakota was relentless. With her height, leverage, and timing, she dominated the clinch completely, and then came the moment that changed everything. Dakota created just a bit of space, pulled Hong Fa slightly downward, and delivered a brutal knee straight into her torso. The impact was devastating. Hong Fa froze on the spot, her eyes wide, her body unable to respond. Then she collapsed to the canvas, unable to continue. The referee stepped in immediately, waving off the fight. In less than one round, Dakota had erased the mockery, silenced the disrespect, and delivered one of the cleanest, most violent knockouts of her early career. But Dakota's rise wasn't defined by only one moment. Another significant fight took place the following year, on June 25, 2016, at the Machines on Fire event in the UK, when she faced Katcha Pinto. Unlike Hong Fa, Katcha didn't mock Dakota, but she was tough, technical, and experienced, making this a far more competitive challenge. The fight began with both women in a classic Muay Thai rhythm, testing range, using teep kicks, and trying to establish distance. Dakota, taller and rangier, used her long jab and sharp kicks to keep Katcha at bay. Early on, Dakota pressed forward with heavy leg kicks and clean combinations, making it clear she intended to control the pace. Katcha countered well, landing some solid shots of her own, but Dakota's speed and timing gave her the edge. As the first round progressed, Dakota mixed her attacks with quick transitions: jab, cross, low kick, then a teep to stop Katcha's forward movement. Katcha remained composed, but she was already being forced to react instead of initiate. The second round revealed even more of Dakota's rhythm. She moved in and out smoothly, landing straight punches followed by body kicks. Katcha continued showing toughness, landing counters whenever Dakota stepped in too close. But Dakota's accuracy made the difference. The clinch exchanges began here, and Dakota shined even brighter. She tied Katcha up with ease, driving knees into her body while maintaining full control. Katcha tried to answer with elbows, but Dakota's posture and leverage won every clinch exchange. By the end of the round, the momentum was clearly shifting in Dakota's favor. Round 3 became the most heated round of the fight. Katcha came forward aggressively, trying to disrupt Dakota's rhythm by forcing exchanges. She landed strong low kicks and even caught Dakota with a clean right hand. For a brief moment, it looked like Katcha might turn the fight around, but Dakota stayed composed, using her long legs to punish Katcha with sharp teeps and well-timed roundhouse kicks. The exchanges became fast, intense, and evenly matched. Dakota's combinations began flowing more fluidly. Jab, kick, knee, elbow. Everything blended together seamlessly. Whenever Katcha tried to close distance, Dakota brought the fight back to the clinch, landing knees that drained Katcha's energy. The commentary and crowd reactions made it clear. Dakota was taking over the fight. By round 4, the pattern became obvious. Katcha was tough and skilled, but beginning to slow down. Dakota, still fresh, continued mixing attacks. She threw punches into kicks, kicks into knees, and used her long frame to control clinch positions. Her signature left jab, followed by the right kick, kept landing again and again, pushing Katcha backward. Katcha never quit, never broke, and kept pushing forward. But Dakota's output was simply too high. She controlled the rhythm, the pace, and the distance with complete confidence. By the time round 5 began, both fighters knew the stakes. Katcha came out aggressive, throwing heavy shots in an attempt to get a finish, but Dakota kept her composure. She defended well, countered with sharp punches, and used the clinch to land more knees. Dakota's final round was a masterclass in discipline. Clean striking, technical control, and calm execution. She didn't chase a knockout. She didn't get reckless. She simply outclassed her opponent step by step. When the final horn sounded, it was clear who had won. Dakota had delivered 5 rounds of intelligent, technical Muay Thai, dominating the clinch and controlling the exchanges. The judges scored it unanimously in her favor, cementing one of her earliest career milestones and proving that her skill wasn't limited to quick knockouts. She could also outwork and outthink experienced fighters over long fights. Dakota Ditcheva's early Muay Thai fights reveal a pattern that would eventually define her entire career. Disrespect never ends well for her opponents, and discipline always guides her performance. After her dominant win over Katcha Pinto, Dakota continued sharpening her tools. And the final Muay Thai fight featured in this chapter of her journey came on September 2, 2017, when she faced Mary Duffy at Muay Thai Grand Prix 12. Mary was aggressive, determined, and ready to test Dakota's composure. From the moment the fight started, Dakota's striking was crisp and calculated. She opened round 1 with a fast jab and a low kick, followed by a stiff teep down the middle. Mary tried to respond with looping punches and a blitz forward, but Dakota countered with accuracy that immediately slowed the pressure. When the two fighters entered the clinch, Dakota's superior frame and balance gave her full control. She wrapped her arms around Mary, pulled her posture down, and delivered a series of heavy knees into her ribs. Mary kept trying to push Dakota back, but every attempt resulted in more damage. Dakota kept her composure, fought with clean technique, and dominated the round convincingly. Round 2 made the difference between the two fighters even clearer. Mary walked forward with even more aggression, firing combinations and swinging hard hooks in an attempt to break Dakota's rhythm. But Dakota's patience and timing shut her down instantly. She intercepted Mary with sharp teeps, punished her legs with kicks, and fired straight punches through the center. When Mary managed to push Dakota into the corner, Dakota turned her with perfect technique and landed 2 elbows that sliced through Mary's guard. The clinch remained Dakota's strongest weapon. She controlled posture, secured head position, and landed knee after knee until Mary's breathing grew heavy and labored. Dakota showed no signs of slowing down. Her pace remained consistent, her shots remained clean, and her focus remained unbroken. By round 3, Mary Duffy looked tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. Dakota smelled it immediately and increased her output. She kept her distance with long kicks, then suddenly stepped in with powerful elbows that forced Mary to cover up. Whenever Mary tried to brawl, Dakota moved out of the pocket, reset, and countered with precision. The final minutes of the fight turned into a showcase of Dakota's versatility. Kicks, punches, elbows, and knees all blended together seamlessly. When the final bell rang, everyone watching knew exactly who had won. Dakota was awarded the unanimous decision, earning yet another impressive victory in her Muay Thai journey. These early fights, Hong Fa, Katcha Pinto, and Mary Duffy, tell the story of who Dakota Ditcheva really is. She is not simply a knockout artist or a striker with long limbs. She is a complete, disciplined, highly intelligent fighter who adapts to every situation and punishes opponents who underestimate her. Hong Fa mocked her, danced on fight night, and acted like Dakota didn't belong. Dakota responded with a devastating knee knockout that ended the fight instantly. Katcha Pinto tested her lungs, her technique, and her composure over 5 hard rounds. Dakota responded with mature, technical Muay Thai and a unanimous victory. Duffy tried to pressure, brawl, and overwhelm her. Dakota responded with elbows, knees, and full clinch control from start to finish. Each fight shows a different layer of her evolution. She learned how to deal with disrespect, how to dominate aggressive fighters, and how to outwork tough, experienced opponents. What makes Dakota truly special is the combination of her physical gifts and her mental discipline. She fights like someone who understands the art deeply. Her decision-making is calm, her reactions are sharp, and her ability to read opponents is elite. Whether an opponent mocks her or pressures her, whether they come to brawl or outpoint her, Dakota stays in complete control. She never forces anything. She never lets emotions dictate her decisions. Even as a teenager fighting in foreign stadiums, she had the poise of a future world champion, and that poise has only become stronger as she transitioned into professional MMA. In PFL, she no longer faces fighters who simply pressure forward wildly. She faces world-class athletes who bring well-rounded skill sets. Yet the pattern remains the same. When opponents try to intimidate her, she punishes them. When they try to overwhelm her, she shuts them down. When they underestimate her, she destroys them. The Hong Fa fight became a symbolic moment, an early warning to anyone watching Dakota's rise. Disrespect her at your own risk, because Dakota is not the type of fighter who responds with words. She responds with violence. And that violence is clean, precise, and devastating. Dakota's progression from Muay Thai prodigy to undefeated MMA star is built on these lessons. She learned early how to manage distance, how to command the clinch, and how to stay calm in high-pressure situations. She learned how to pace herself, how to control the cage, and how to strike without wasting energy. She gained experience fighting in front of hostile crowds abroad, facing dancers, trash talkers, and veterans who all believed they could break her. None of them did. Every challenge only strengthened her confidence. Every opponent only sharpened her tools. Every victory laid another brick in the foundation of her future greatness. Today, Dakota Ditcheva is widely considered one of the most dangerous rising stars in women's MMA, with a reputation built not on arrogance but on results. She fights with elegance and finishes with brutality. She smiles outside the cage and becomes a cold executioner inside it. And the message from her earliest fight still echoes today. Never insult Dakota Ditcheva. Never underestimate her. Never mistake her calmness for weakness. Because when the bell rings, she turns every ounce of disrespect into violent precision. And that is why Dakota is destined for the very top of the sport.